Yo, what is up, guys? How are you all doing today? The stream should be a bit better. Well, the quality of the stream should be better anyway. Today's good. Nice. All right, guys, today, I don't know, I didn't take a trade today. I'm feeling like we could get something. Actually, I did get a payout today. Let me show you guys. Screenshot. So today I did request a 2.5K payout. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, we got a 2.5K payout coming today, hopefully. I just passed one of my evals. Nice, nice, let's go. What should we do on NQ today? This is like the first week of trading, so don't be too hard on yourself. I mean, if you took a loss, whatever happened, you just gotta trust there's gonna be bad market conditions. So like today on this morning, I actually checked this chart. I saw it run this low and it was all the way up here. So I obviously didn't want to buy up here. And then it came down to here and I was like, I don't know why. The screen just turned off. That's weird. But yeah, I was like, I don't want to buy this market up here. And then by the time it was down here, I was like, I might as well leave this alone. So to be honest, we haven't done much on NQ. I would lean towards more upside. I think this high should get taken. Although I was bearish, I wanted to see all of these lows get taken. With what's going on with the US invading certain places, I don't think it's feasible for them to send it low. But I'll still try and short. Maybe get a short in. So yeah, mainly taking two trades. What was it? I took longs on Monday and I took shorts yesterday. So this was the open yesterday. All we did was push higher. So from me, I had a feeling it was still going to push because if it was going to go lower, it had to go lower before below this gap. Failed to do so. So I left it alone and then all it did was just push higher. So for me, there was nothing there until finally we closed below these three candles. Once that close happened, I was like, this is a decent short. Got 50 points out of that and actually a bit more, and I was happy with all that. What's the bias? I think shorts to these lows. I want to see all these lows go and then maybe higher. Something like this. I think that would be the most ideal when I look at this chart. Nothing really stands out to me for this session, but if I had to pick something, it would be downside to these lows. They might happen before the open, actually. So it will be interesting to see. I don't think the metals look any good or any better. If anything, though, I would expect silver to go higher. in some of these highs because it looks way too extended at these lows. That could be a decent standing point. But definitely on NQ, these lows gotta go. I think they'll go before the open. If we get the lows before the open, then I would look for some longs into the open. Why not? Let me change up the mic. But looking at everything else, nothing really standing out. I will look for something down here. Also testing out a few things with building an indicator, so would be pretty sick. All right, so we got these lows as a target for the upside, and I think like 2, 5, 7, 10s around these levels. If we get the lows, then upside potential. Realistically, that's all I've got out of today. We're looking at, I would say no. DXY is still stuck within here, but I think this market has way more lower to go. I think these currencies have to rally as well. Would be nice. You lost a funded account giving me a suggestion. I don't know what the account is. You just said you're down 900. Down what 900 on what account? Dude, I don't know why this keeps disconnecting me. Time it. I hope so. I mean, today we didn't get anything in London. We didn't even get anything yesterday. Did we? No, yesterday we just tanked off. So really no trades in 2 days, I would say. Actually, these shorts was the only thing for the model. Has 50 points, but London nothing. This morning really nothing as well, unless you long down here and held it. A bit too late for me, so nothing. But that's the thing about trading. I mean, sometimes you're not going to get a setup for 2 days. Mentally, most people can't handle that. Like, you know, they can't handle not being able to trade 2 days. And usually it ends in like a spiral of losses and not knowing what to do, you know, because it takes a while to trust something and trust something to the point that it should repeat. Even if you take a loss today, tomorrow you should be able to make it back. So it takes a lot for most people to trust the strategy. But today, you know, if we get the lows, then I'll definitely be looking for the upside. I think the 4 hours is just too bullish not to. I'd be more than happy to be a bear, but I'll be a bear to this low, I guess. Get all of these lows in. $25K account. Oh, doesn't the 25K only have 1K of drawdown? Mike, Welcome. Guess what? I just got my payout approved as well. 2.5, buddy. Got to tell you. But yeah, I mean, that's also one of the reasons why most fail, you know, they just can't handle like not being able to trade, can't handle a strategy not repeating. It's just like and trading. I mean, you're doing something that's probably one of the hardest in the world, and you have no one to look over your shoulder. So it takes a lot, you know, that like when people say someone's quit trading, it does make sense to me because this thing is really hard. But eventually you will find something that resonates with you. Well, I hit 8 days out of 2. Yeah, I mean, some, you know, things like that, when you have like straight winning days, that's also great because then those winning days make up for the days that you don't need to trade as well. And the confidence is still within you. I mean, that's fine. Even taking this trade, I think is valid. Like the longs, if you took it, still valid long, just sloppy market, very choppy. It should have delivered, but the thing is, it just did it way too late. So not much you can do on that. But the thing with my stuff is, or why I have the data to back it with my understanding, right? Even if I don't get a trade for worst case scenario week, I know the next 2 weeks following might give me a trade 3 days out of the week, and I'll just capitalize on them. You know, the thing is, I like to put it this way. Most of you are not 12-year-old girls, right? You're not 12-year-old girls that have just had your heart broken. So a losing trade is not the end of the world. I'm assuming most of you have families or you have someone that loves you, right? So it's not the end of the world of losing trade, and losing an account is not the end of the world. If it feels like end of the world, then it's more than likely you over leveraged or that wasn't an account that you should have had, right? That's like the best way I like to put it. I did give someone this analogy. I was like, you know, a 12-year-old girl or a 14-year-old girl. And he just started thinking differently because he was like, you're right, you know, like, why am I so bothered about losing the account? It was my fault, you know, why would I continue making those emotional decisions? Sometimes you gotta think a bit differently. Like if someone was sat behind you, I don't know, and they were just watching you do what you were doing, you probably wouldn't do it. So if you can't hold yourself accountable, then no one else will, you know. That's how the tale goes. $1,250 is Latin. Oh, you might have to. How would I approach that? Well, either the account's gone. That's one of the possibilities, or you're just gonna have to scalp out a few things steadily. All right, guys, you're gonna have to put up with my screen randomly turning off. I don't know why it keeps turning off and on. I don't know what I want to do on NQ right now. I've not made up my mind. Might just wait until the open. Let's see. Yo, how you doing, Goku? Why am I looking weak? I don't know, bro. You tell me. This hat's really annoying me. It's actually too small. This is just an SMT. Well, these red lines are kind of where I want to see us drop into. If we run these lows, then I'm looking for the upside. So mainly just want to see targets out of here, and if the market runs into them, kind of reversals or retracements out. My week is pretty good. I've only taken 2 trades, Monday and yesterday. I might just call it a week after today. I have a feeling though Thursday and Friday will probably be pretty good. Today we have PMI. So could be something. I want to see this hourly candle flip and just stop flying though. Like I want to target 25,844. I'm not sure if I want to buy it over here though. Maybe down here. This is where I would buy. But not up there. Yo, Finn's watching the stream. Tapped in. Bro, I'm a sug. Honestly, no idea what that means. Alright, we still got these SMTs at the highs and lows. Hopefully they don't just send this thing right to the highs at the open. But I don't know, these highs look way too clean to be left. Nice, welcome. They're hoping we can get something out of today. You are part of the Discord. In all honesty, like past 2 days have been pretty mediocre. Also, days like yesterday, I don't really perform well on. Like you see here, the market's like slowly grinding higher. My model tells me to short, so like this was my only short I took. But if I didn't have the win, like if I didn't have that trade, the market could have easily just kept going higher, and I could have easily just kept taking losses, you know, because that's what I would do. So I've been burnt out doing that so many times that I don't do it. But like here, this is why I don't care to look. And that's just my style of trading. So I got that, so I was done. But quite easily that could have just reversed on me and ran the high again and slowly grinded up higher as it did. And when it does that, I just can't. I don't perform well. So easily I just stop watching it. Look at all those equal. Bro, I know this thing's gonna fly. Well, these highs should go. I'm hoping we go lower first though. I'm hoping so I can get a long in. Yo, LM, how you doing? You're long from the lows. Bro, why is this? And if you're watching this, fix the production on StreamYard, bro. It's really annoying me. What did you get in? That's a good long if you did. Well, 420s. Damn, you got the lows. It's pretty good. That's a good entry. I'm looking like it's going to take... Yeah, if it does this, if it runs the high, it's going to do it way too quick. I'm hoping just for me to position how long we get these lows or whatever will make me get in a long. I might actually just put buy limits down here, but if I'm putting buy limit, I might want to short it down. Long-term funded account success, I don't know. Realistically, you might not hold a funded account for more than 3 months. I think that's like the max longevity, unless you build a really big buffer. But for futures, you got to capitalize on copy trading them because your drawdown's so low. So either you have 5 accounts and then copy trade them, build a buffer on 2, try and sustain them for like short-term payouts or something like that. But on the eval, I mean, if it has no consistency rule, then you want to get funded as soon as possible so you can start making real money. People say to use a stop loss. Now I'm losing more than without a stop loss. Bro, I don't even know what to say to that. I don't trade with Top Step, but when I did, I had a few accounts. To be honest, with those Top Step accounts, they were actually easier for me to hold because there was no consistency rule, right? So you could just build a buffer, kind of cash them in, but you eventually get moved to live. If I could give one advice to a trader struggling for years, be present in the charts. Like most of you, if you're struggling, in trading, you don't know what you're doing because you're just taking trades aimlessly. You're not having a plan. You don't have a system. You don't have anything. That's why most is struggling in the first place. So take more trades. I would definitely recommend. I know a lot of people will say don't take more trades if you're struggling. You got to take more trades, find out what's wrong with you, and have real structure to those trades. If you can't define them, then I think there is a big problem. So that's how you can reverse engineer yourself, Jazz in the back, bro. This is my elevator music. Let's say you had a 50K. It depends how much you want that payout. Like, I mean, if you build it to 52, then you lose 50%. So you only have 1K of drawdown. I would recommend building it to like at least 54K. Then you have 2K of drawdown. That's what I used to do. I found it to work pretty well. I also used to do this when I was starting off. Like sometimes I would just buy evals and then say, for example, I was bearish on the market, I would enter 1 micro just to feel something. So I would just be in like 1 micro here on a short. If it's a loss, then I lost. If not, then whatever. But I would just enter trades that I'm thinking about. And if they were losing trades, then I would know there's something wrong with me. So next time you try and take an impulsive trade, take it on eval, take it with 1 micro or whatever, and then you'll probably see a lot of difference. Like yesterday's actually a good example for me because for me, I will short this market until it drops. So like yesterday, I got the shorts, right? But it could easily just go higher. So some days I'll just take 1 micro, just trade with the shorts, just so it can continue in that direction. But it most likely won't. That's why those days always used to burn me out. That's why I'm pretty selective with stuff I do. It's reverse engineered all the losses. in a way. But my experience of trading in futures is that, yeah, you'll always like futures more than CFDs. I mean, it's easier to get payouts, and the barrier to entry is pretty low. But yeah, to answer your history capsule, I'll definitely go with try and build it to 54. But if you need the payout, then 52 and take 51. Well, 51 will be the ending balance. I agree with take more trades. Yeah, you not only just take more trades, take the trades with logic. You know, like if you short here, what is the logic behind that? Why are you trading that? Even if it's like with a micro, it's completely fine. On the express, on the funded, I would risk like, I don't know, it depends on the setup. If it's a good setup, I'll probably risk a bit more. Maybe like 400. I just trade one midi sometimes. Like sometimes if I have a winning runner with one mini, you know, 60, 80 points, I'll let that run. But sometimes I trade like this without, if I built a, I don't know, a buffer, so say for example, the buffer is like 1.5K, I'll risk the 500 for that trade and I'll just aggressively trail my stop. So instead of taking a TP, for example, here, this line, I'll just trail my stop to there and just try and maximize the profit as much as possible. It's a pretty good way. I want to ask which is easier, big, hard, small. 50Ks are the easiest, in my opinion, because they're the easiest to get a payout and pass, and they're the cheapest. Yeah, like if you can't easily just sit in front of the markets and be like, today I'm bullish, today I'm bearish, then play around with micros. Play around with one micro and just take positions you thought would be, like play around with one or two micros, you know, take positions that in your head you're like, I should take this, but it's not that good. So take it. Worst case scenario, you lose like $100. Best case scenario is you have a runner that could make you 400 or a bit more. Oh, I think this is going to go. I don't know. What should we do today on this? Let's see how we open. Yeah, we have this huge gap. So I want to see a fill of that. So hopefully we run lower to go higher. It's just going to go higher, isn't it? No. No, it's gone. So today I am looking for even higher, to be fair, all the way up here. Well, I think it's just going to get there without us. Or if you're already long, I'm looking for just one last run. Yes, SMTs so far. I don't think we run those highs yet. But potential for the lows. All right, if we get below this, close below that, we should be able to get all of these lows. Then I'll try short below. Why not? Ideally, I want to see it down here anyway, or the upside. Why is this still not working? You guys got to bear with me on the screen turning on and off. I don't know what's going on. Panic partial. Yeah, I don't partial, to be fair, in my trading as well. Yeah, I'm waiting to see what this opening candle does. We still have this regular trading hours gap, so the upside is still there as a draw. I think it wants to go a bit lower first before it will get higher. So I want to see how this closes. Oh, yes, is gone. So is Dow down. Yes is definitely the weakest one of these. I don't know why NQ is pushing in the other direction. One of these guys is lying at this open. Let's figure out who. Yeah, I know. Yes down, NQ up. Interesting. If it closes bearish, be more of a signal. Oh yeah. Damn, RTY is clean. I'm not sure what NQ is up to. I'm more interested in NQ because I'm stubborn with NQ. But we need ES to really be pushing aggressively. I think the best open we had this week was Monday's open, I think. I know Monday's open wasn't that great. We haven't had any good opens so far. Did you get in on that? On Russell? I didn't get that. That was pretty clean though. Johnny. Very quick. I have to painfully sit through NQ. This is gonna run all those highs without me. No. Where are those 4-hour highs? It's about to get there. $9,373. That was my targets. It's all the way up here. It's definitely going to get there without me. You passed it. Nice. I think ES will play catch up though. If we're not in anything on NQ, I think ES could definitely rally. I think ES will rally pretty hard this high up here. I can't short this be honest. My overall bias is bullish. So if I try and short, it'll be a loss. I don't want to do that. I would have longed it if it was down here, but I just couldn't bother with that. I'll entertain the shorts if it runs this high. And does this. Closes below the first gap. I'll try that out. But right now I can't do much. Honestly. I might just go in with the micro strategy, just short it until the market finally listens to me and dies. Okay, gold has potential. Still have all these SMTs with yes. Just oh, we also filled in the regular trade hour gap. So you guys see most of my streams, whenever I'm on stream, I'm always looking at the regular trade hours gap, because if it's a bearish gap, then ideally I want to long it into there. Like that's why today we're looking for down to go higher. If we had a gap down here, then it's easier to short into it. But overall, I think today the market can close a bit higher. I think all the way to those highs. So from this position where you could do two things, either nothing, or you could just try and buy into down close candles. So as it pushes lower, you buy. As it pushes higher, you buy as well. That's right. No, not today. I did want these longs though. But nothing really lined up for me to take it. Or here anyway. It's too bullish. I like it. For me to be a bear on this rare occasion, I think it just runs out these highs. Maybe even beyond. Like 937. Where is it? It's all the way up there, but I think it's got that in its locker. So if you wanted to get in a position, if you wanted to get in buys, then I think any down close candle pushing up. ES is the only one I think that's discounted that could start pushing. Other than that, I don't favor that. What it's doing. I think we got these hourly gaps as well. Yeah, this final one at 50%. Watch the M1, see anything nice comes out of it, but ain't got much so far. Stream's buffering. Really? What happened? Holy, all right, there we got the push. I mean, as I said, I think it just goes scoring 25, 937 still. So any down close can you get? No, we're not. I'm not shorting today. If you're shorting a bullish market, it's pretty evident it wants to go higher still. Nice, you bought the down close candles or doom. Everyone dropped 10 minis. Let's drop 10 longs, 10 mini longs, it'd be good. Long it and ride it all the way to all of these highs. And I'll be the only bear shout. Should we? We definitely do that. We just scale in 15 micros. Some days I just have to painfully watch as it goes against me. This morning I sent out, I was bullish to this high, 25,935. I think that's like the only one I really see for it to get into. That's why I wanted these lows gone at the open. Then we can just long into them, but whatever. Because days like this, I don't really form well, or I don't really do much on them because I can't. It's all just one-sided, and it's just like, or be one-sided until it gets to where it wants to go. So it's like either you just buy into every drop and try and hold it, or the expansion, or do nothing. I'm trying to find a market that I can like kind of get in on. Like this is me actively looking for something that can place a trade on. Like the only thing I see is NQ continuing. And I'm not buying up here. This thing's in a buy model, so that's its original consolidation. And also, if you grade the swing, this is above 75, so it doesn't need to come any lower. I think it should just continue poking. Like poking, closing back above. Need some retracement. I think the only retracement is going to be as it pushes lower, you just buy into. News and 10, yeah, I think we have PMI, so yeah, gold is, but what should we do with gold? You know, that's the thing. Like, you don't aimlessly want to just trade for the sake of trading. Like, what should we do in gold? You know, it's just stuck right there. NQ, I mean, what draws higher? If you wanted to just throw darts at the longs, then why not? But it's just, I don't want to do that. Like every one of these down closes, as soon as it closes above, should just be able to push it all the way to here. I would buy into down pushes, honestly, like this down push. Then you have a down close. Well, days like this are painful for me to look at or do. All I trade is reversals and retracements, and it's just continuing. Yeah, we have PMI. Now let's see what PMI does. I want to see what my payout is. 10 a.m. then NFP on Friday. I have a feeling tomorrow will probably be a lot better than the past 2 days. This. So annoying. Would you not run a stop loss if buying it? Yeah, that's why I'm not doing that. I just don't trade like that, right? But if you wanted to, I mean, you're buying into down close candles, looking for those highs. Like the draw is very simple. As it pushes, you just buy into them. Buy and hodl if that's your strategy. And just wait for those highs to go. Well, my strategy or my thought process is, as soon as it runs a high of the range, I want to short it. But I know it's a bullish market, so I can't really get in on that. Just holding, yeah, I know you had it down here. It was a very good trade, to be honest. Played out, ran all these highs, but I still think it went a bit higher. Squeeze out the last few things. For PMI, maybe. We'll just have to see. But I wouldn't necessarily be bullish if it takes all the highs. Not only because of structure-wise, I mean, this 4 hours still in a buy model. So this is still like a target for us, right? So that's why I'm not shorting it, trying to get burnt out, because it's just slowly just going to grind up higher. Until it reaches that 4 hour high. Gold view. I don't really have anything on gold. It just looks like an eyesore. Hurts my eyes to look at. NQ is somewhat better, I guess, if I had to. Damn. Yeah, well, I mean, YM played out one model blue and straight to the go. But when I start like getting happy, start entertaining myself, if we're starting to close below some of these. Then I can start getting into shorts. Bro, looking sleepy? Yeah, very tired. Tired of your joking. Right, so next move for Nas, well, I'm looking for, mechanically for my model, I'm just looking for a downside. So if it was to close below here, I'll try and get in a short. That's the only thing. It's the only thing I have on NAS for now. Mainly more interested in PMI, honestly. That'll probably be the best, but I think these highs should get taken. Give you an account, will you pass it and get a payout? If you will, then I can give you. But yeah, pretty boring day for me. Just slow pushes higher, grinding up higher. So it's like, what do I do in these situations? Most of the time I do nothing, but if you want to buy pullbacks, you can. I'm down 3% on my account. Why are you down 3%? What happened? I'm actually funded, but I got banned because of IP. Why would I give you an account if you're banned? I can't wait until this might. It's like, what? Bro just admitted he's banned from firms. News messing with us, bro. This is the worst price action to look at. You know what I'll do? I'll just come back after 10. Half 10, I'll just short this market. That's what I'll just do. Honestly, you guys probably think I just pick the people randomly, but the whole thing just crashes and like whoever just my mouse lands on is pick them. Indices up, gold down. Not the worst of ideas. Bro, what is the Venezuela? I want to trade a bit right now, but I don't think I'll be able to load it up. Buy and hold the NASDAQ, well, I'd say. Not so good. I mean, just buy and hold it, I guess. Buy and hold to like 25,937. Like days like this, as I said, I don't really do well on because it's just slow push higher retracement, slow push higher retracement. It'll probably just hop higher at the news. Or put short. Yeah, full pull longs. I don't know how to do a poll on Discord. Pick winners randomly. I can pick winners however I want. I hold the power. I'm basically Thanos with all of his rings. I hold the power right now. I might just run this stream until the day ends, and then we finally do a giveaway. So we just run a stream for like 6 hours straight, and there'll be like 3 people watching the stream, and then those 3 will get the accounts. I might just do that. Pick with a different way this time. There's no other way, bro. This is the only way. ESSMT finally. I think ES looks weaker actually. PMI time, yeah, PMI is usually tradable. I wouldn't enter a trade as PMI is happening, but if you are. All right, ES has this SMT right now, but damn, this looks horrible. I'm on the M1, so when I'm on the M1, that's when you know that sitting through NASDAQ is just painful. Oh, we only have 2 minutes. All right, I guess we can actually pick the winners, but bro, pretty bad delivery. I guess it's just a slow grind, higher and higher and higher. You know what do you want me to do? I guess you're not getting lucky, you know. This is all right. The word of the day we just got to do. What should we do? Word. Let's do ES because I'm going to watch ES after this stream. I'm going to keep my eyes on ES. All right, do the word as ES and then picking it up. I physically cannot pick any other way because you guys just break my comments. All right. First win, I don't know why my screen got turned off. No, one winner I picked straight away. All right, so Paleno. That's one winner I got. And then I got Black Myth. All right, these are the 2 winners. Let's see what PMI does. Absolutely nothing. All right, great. So yeah, that was the world's boringest stream. I blame New York session, honestly. I will be watching this a bit, maybe in like 10:15. I'm going to watch ES. If it gives me a short, then I'm going to... Okay, never mind. It already dropped. But yeah, I'll be watching this into later in the day. So well done to the winners. And then I'll be back live on Friday. I'm going to watch this, maybe get some shorts in, but it feels a bit too week off right now. So yeah, Matt will be live later, so make sure to tune into that. So enjoy the rest of your day and be safe.